What is up, blockchain gang? This is the Daniel Draghi Show, where we came to take names and kick ass. That is, if the price is right. You want me to save the world? Where's my money? You need me to slay a dragon? This is pay to slay. Sorry, Mario, our princess is in another castle? I do not accept apologies, but I do take Visa, MasterCard, or American Express. Did you think I was slaying these princesses and rescuing these dragons out of the goodness of my heart just so I could give it all back to the whales? You need to stop tripping and get to work.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, oh, don't you know that's the sound of the men working on the chain. One more. Gang. Don't you know that's the sound of the men working on the chain gang. Can you even say it? Ooh,
Here are the top 5 reasons players lose all of their money in play-to-earn games. The first reason is that they are not subscribed to this channel. I know, that was a bad joke, but seriously, subscribe to the channel because we are so close to hitting 10K, and I'll even remind you at the end of the 30-day free trial so you don't forget to unsubscribe. Warning, the following content is for educational purposes only and does not constitute any type of advice, financial or otherwise. I am not a certified, licensed, or professional financial advisor. Do not try this at home, may cause cancer in the state of California. The number 1 reason you lose all of your money is that you hold tokens and you don't use a stop loss. Listen to me carefully. If you own any tokens right now and you do not have a stop loss set up for them, you are probably a soon to be broke moron. Set the fucking stop loss.
Did he just say Bob Ross?
No, because in crypto there are no happy accidents. I said set the stop loss.
Oh, set the stopwatch.
You idiot. I said topless, not stopwatch. Damn it, I mean stop loss, as in stop taking the L. A stop loss is when you set up a trade to liquidate all of a particular asset if it falls below a certain price. In stocks, which is often far less volatile than crypto, you can set a stop loss to automatically sell if the price falls more than 5% of what you paid for it, on up to a more risky 15%. However, since crypto markets have much less volume, they see much bigger swings in prices, and 15% is usually considered to be more conservative, while 25% is risky business. This means that if I have 100 Hydra, for example, and each Hydra is worth 5 WeMix, I could set a stop loss of 20% less than 5. I will place a sell order as soon as I buy it for all 100 Hydra at the price of 4 WeMix. Now, we will compare a ton of different hypothetical scenarios to compare the earnings of player 1, who is smart, intelligent, and sexy, and uses a stop loss, with player 2, who is dumb, fat, stupid, ignorant, smells bad, a dunce, a nincompoop, and a loser who doesn't use a stop loss. Let's say, purely hypothetically, that WeMix stopped the mystery trader unannounced on May 20th of 2022, causing the price to suddenly tank by 50% for no other apparent reason, hypothetically speaking, of course. Player 1 would have sold all of their Hydra and have 400 WeMix, while player 2 would still be holding on to 100 Hydra, which would now be worth 250 WeMix. Saving our money when the market tanks is not the only reason why we use a stop loss though. If we think that Hydra has reached its bottom price, we can use our 400 WeMix to rebuy 160 Hydra now. There are many technical indicators of when a currency has reached its bottom, such as volume trends, but that would require a video all on its own. Now, a few different things may happen. If Hydra returns to its previous price of 5 WeMix, player 1 has increased their earnings by 60%, going from 100 Hydra to 160 Hydra, while player 2 is still even with their original 100 Hydra. Let's say the market doesn't go back up. Let's say it drops again by 50%. Since player 1 has already set up a new stop loss, you didn't forget already, did you? Then they would have sold their 160 Hydra at 2 WeMix and have 320 WeMix left, while player 2 would have 100 Hydra worth 125 WeMix. Player 1 has lost 180 WeMix at this point, but that idiot player 2 went and lost 375, or twice as much if they were both forced to liquidate their positions today. Again, the stop loss player can now buy back in at 1.25 WeMix if they think the price is right, giving them 256 Hydra, which is 156% more than player 2 2's ignorant ass 100. This is how wealthy people get even wealthier in a recession. In fact, in the US, the Great Depression had made more people into millionaires than the country had ever previously seen, because they were not as dumb as player 2. Going back to our previous example, if both players have 100 Hydra at 5 Wemix and the price goes up to 8 Wemix, player 2 is probably going to be giddy as shit, thinking they're going to be getting rich quick until it drops back down to 5 and they can't even get out of bed to cry about it on Discord any longer. Meanwhile, when player 1 noticed the increase in price, they reset their stop loss to reflect it. Now instead of 4 Wemix, they will set it to sell everything at 6.4 Wemix in order to lock in their profits before it's too late. If the price falls to trigger the stop loss, they can buy back in once it reaches the bottom wherever it lies for their original 500 Wemix and pocket the extra 140, or they can let it ride and put all 640 Wemix back into Hydra. So the moral of lesson 1 is to not be an idiot like player 2. I think we've established this. And always use a stop loss. Remember, we are not using a stop loss because we think the price will crash. If we thought a price was going to crash, we would just sell everything now and not wait for it to happen. We only use it to hedge our position in case of a crash and then profit even more earnings on the fact that a bunch of player 2s are panic selling for no reason. Now, if you think I'm being harsh, I would agree, but markets are harsh. They will starve your children if you let them. People didn't jump out of windows when the stock market crashed because things are fair. You are voluntarily opting into a predatory system where the smart people prey on the stupid, which is a whole different type of game. If you have money, you don't even have to be smart. You can just pay smart people to do it all for you. The second reason why many players lose all of their earnings is due to user error. Like all blockchains, there is no password retrievability, so if you forget your password, your money is as good as gone. It is always a good idea to keep a hard copy of your password or key phrases written down, etched into aluminum, or tattooed to your body in a safe place that nobody else can access, because you may not remember what password you used if you don't use it that frequently. Other ways I have seen people lose all of their money is by sending their tokens to the wrong wallet address, or sending the tokens to the right wallet but using the wrong network. If you send any other crypto to your Bitcoin wallet address, you will lose it. I don't know how else to explain it, but you can only send Bitcoin to that address, and you should have a different address in your wallet for each of the different cryptocurrencies. The third reason why players lose all of their money is by getting scammed. Players know that devs love to give away free money, and so when they see a link claiming to give away free money and it looks official, people will put in their wallet addresses and give all of their money away instead. Spend time on Discord and you will get a barrage of scam links and servers that will promise to make you rich or beg you to join because they only need 3 more people. Ignore them or be prepared to donate all of your earnings. It's really up to you. I realize that devs actually do give away tokens in the form of airdrops, but you will always see them advertised by official methods. This is just fueling the fire for scammers if you ask me. If devs never attempted to bribe people to play their games in the first place, players would probably not fall for these scams nearly as often. The fourth lesson is about dollar cost averaging. Nobody really knows what the market will do in the future, but the worst way to trade is to do everything all at one time. When you want to buy or sell tokens, spreading out the transactions over a number of days or weeks will make sure you always get a fair price. Buying or selling a bunch of tokens and then seeing the market move 20% will make you feel good half of the time, like you have a gift of seeing the future, and it will make you feel like shit the other half of the time. I learned my lesson the hard way. I dollar cost averaged into Wemix for $200, and I wanted to use 100 of that to invest in Draco. I wasn't patient for the Draco market, and if I would have spent the $100 over 10 days, for example, I would have ended up with 4 times as many Draco as I did from buying them all at once. This is the biggest difference between gambling and investing. We are not trying to get lucky and hit the lottery. We are trying to systematically increase our earnings at a steady rate in a way which can be replicated regardless of market conditions that are beyond our control. The fifth lesson is simply not playing to earn. The vast majority of gamers out there right now are not playing to earn, which means they're doing everything you may be doing, but they are not getting paid for it unless they are violating the game's terms of service. Maybe they have not found a play-to-earn game they enjoy. Maybe other players are enjoying a play-to-earn game, but are not earning because it is too much of a hassle to learn all of the terms and acronyms needed in order to do so. That's why I would seriously recommend subscribing to the channel at this time, because I cover many different play-to-earn games that may tickle your fancy, as well as the general advice for players once they found a game they love. If I've not covered your your favorite game yet, please let me know in the comments. Those are my top 5 reasons why players are unsuccessful at earning in games. To recap, they're not playing the right games, they're impatient, they get ripped off, they make an error, and most importantly, they don't set a stop loss. If any of these tips helped you become more like a player 1 instead of a player 2, be sure to like and subscribe so we can do this again sometime.